ザクザクと配信が始まっておりますよ。
ってことはオバコンが始まったちゅうことやな。
そういうことになるね。今回はね、
ちゃんと音声あるんでしょうかね。
ちゃんと音声がある状態で今回は始まってるね。
おい、
どうした？何が起きた？
おい、クリアしたのに何戻ってんだよ。
一回部屋出てまた行かないとあいつ出てこないよね多分。
意味わからんわ。ちゃんとクリアしたのに何戻してんだよ。まったく。
先週はね、配信が終わる直前に、いつも遊びに来てくださるね、
みぼり
さんが来て、あれ音ないのっていうことを言って、見てみたら、確かに音がない状態で配信してたみたいでね。何も設定変えてなかったんだけど、なんかアップデートが入って、Windows のアップデートが入って、なんか初期設定に、
ストリームラブの
初期設定に戻されて、音声のインプットチャンネルの再設定しないといけなかったみたいでね。ね
え、まったく話になんねえね。
どうする？先週の無音声の配信YouTube にアップするのどうする？
まあ一応考えてアップする前にとりあえず音声を付け足すことができるかどうか確かめてみるかなって思ってたけど、
音をアフレコすると、
ね、
アフレコっていうかアテレコっていうことか。ゲーム生配信のアテレコするっていうね。でも一部の配信者はそういう風にしてる人はいるんだよね。生配信はせずに遊んでるところの映像を撮って後でアテレコするっていうね。遊びながら喋れない人もいるじゃん。だんまりしちゃうっていうね。音声は音声で別で撮ってみたいな人もいるみたいだね。俺は全然、
一応結構話の内容は記憶していましたが、
覚えてるうちに撮らないとね。俺半分ぐらい忘れたかもな。
一応私は内容を覚えていた上にとりあえず主な内容を紙に書いておきましたけど。
そうなんだ。
なんでやねん。絶対にできただろ。相変わらずカッコンのクソモードだな。全く回復が出ないっていう。
サバイバルモードだからそういうもんでしょ。
いや、さっきやった時出てたんだよ。
そうなんだ。
今度は一切回復が出てこない。
ランダムすぎると。
話の内容は結構覚えてるよ。
そう。
大いに令和ロマンをコケにしてたから
令和ロマン割とコケにするよね。コケにしていい状況ではあるんだろうけど、なんか令和ロマンをコケにするとYouTube の数字がおかしくなることがよく見受けられるんだけど、なんか
皆さんは
気をつけろよ。
皆さんは存じてないでしょうけど、私は結構結構楽しく面白おかしく 令和ロマンをコケにしたりするんですけど、なんか
面白おかしく人をコケにすると
令和ロマンを悪く言うとなんか配信がの数字がおかしくなる現象があるということに気づいたんですよ。
一定数いってから急に半分ぐらい視聴数がなくなったりを繰り返し続けるんだよね。まあ割と人見てくれてるなと思ったら次の日に半分ぐらい視聴数がなくなって、で、あれおかしいなと思って、で、またそれなりに人が見てくれた後にまた視聴数が半分に削られる、ガウンされるっていうね。なんか、割と吉本が企業的にはさ、所属芸人が大体みんな YouTube やってるじゃん。だから割と日本では太企業コンテンツメーカーとしてはねなんだろうから、YouTube Japan の方になんか、今コメント来ましたね。You have a comment?
You're alright.
Volume. Sorry. The volume was messed up right now. You have a comment from Salia.
Oh.
Salia says, 何を言っているのかわかりませんが、日本知らない人は
Are you alright?
Yeah. The microphone. Sorry. Microphone is really messed up. 日本語を知らない人はそう思うでしょThanks for the comment. It's nice to hear from you. It's been a while. Sorry because we haven't streamed a couple of times in between, huh?
Yeah.
Couple
And we were hit with a tragedy last week.
Sorry. I hope I'm not like totally killing your ears with the volume going up and down like crazy. So he says, "Hey, no worries. How are you doing? How you doing?"
I guess so. It's been pretty cold.
Yeah, it's been.
It suddenly got really cold.
So he says, "Tragedy. May I ask what happened?" Sorry. Well, that's being a little bit hyperbolic, but go ahead. You should probably talk more than me. The microphone's pretty messed up today. Or the input is. Go ahead, Jenny.
Yes, the tragedy that happened was that. Why does it keep going into the map?
You're about to face a tragedy right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since Jenny is in a tight spot right now.
Put simply, the audio got apparently was messed up from the beginning, and I went back and checked, and there was no audio the entire stream.
Yeah, last week, the entire stream, there was only the game volume.
Yeah.
There was no volume from the microphones. There was like some Windows update, and it knocked off the settings for like the input hardware or whatever, signal going into the PC, and had to reset everything. Before this week.
Yeah.
So we ended up doing an entire stream with no dialogue. None of us talking at all. Jenny's mouth was like flapping, but no sound. Yeah. And the 2 weeks before that, when we didn't stream, we had to cancel suddenly because your phone suddenly died on you, huh?
Yeah.
Like, your phone just, the screen turned totally white. So, yeah. A little hyperbolic, but, I wouldn't really say tragic, but annoying, rather. But, other than that, so, you're doing okay then? So okay?
Well, I'm absolutely not doing okay right now. My attacks are continuing to go for the wrong enemies, and I'm getting hit like nuts for no reason.
Can you go back at this point, or is it all or nothing in this mode?
It keeps putting the map out and then making me get hit.
I think this might be the smallest map I've ever seen for a survival mode.
Yeah, it's genuinely awful.
Yeah. Two huge ogres swinging around an axe 2 times. Size. Sorry for the volume. Need to like reset the settings on this, huh?
Probably.
Yeah.
Everything's like going to hell, it seems like.
Seems like it.
What is this, America or something?
Your setup it reflects the current state of America. And to make things short, I'm doing fine as usual.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Yeah. I hope you're doing okay. I hope your hand is doing better than before. At least I hope you're being able to enjoy Monster Hunter Wilds without your hand killing you.
Yeah, Monster Hunter finally came out last week, yeah?
Yep. You've mostly been playing that, huh?
Yeah, as much as I can, yeah.
So it says, oh yeah, definitely. I got a shot in the hand with pain relief and anti-inflammatory, and the pain is gone. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That's wonderful to hear, because I know how much it sucks that when your hands hurt. Like, since I use my hands so much with my work, that, yeah, like I told you, like last year, an entire month I could barely, like, move my hands. And there was actually, a couple of years back, there was actually a period of time where I couldn't move my thumb for about 2 years, actually. That was pretty bad. So, I am very serious when I say I'm glad to hear that. So he says, yeah, it was truly a relief to being able to use my hand again. Yeah. Totally. I can very much relate to that. Especially since Monster Hunter Wilds just came out. At least on the having fun side, though, it's nice to be able to use your hands. Outside of work, of course. Have you been enjoying Monster Hunter Wilds? I've enjoyed the very little that I've played of it so far. I've only played it for about 4 hours or so.
I'm probably mostly through the story.
Celia says, yeah, I have already 54 hours sucked into it. So, enjoying it a lot, I presume. I've noticed that you've been enjoying it a lot too, Jenny.
Yeah.
You haven't quite cleared the story mode yet, was it?
Probably almost there.
Okay.
What the hell is this?
Celia says, in fact, I'm playing it right now. Ooh, nice. And what monster may you be hunting right now? Celia says, well, I don't want to spoil anything in case you haven't seen it. Okay. Jenny is probably getting close to the point of seeing everything in it. And I'm one of those unusual people that really doesn't care about spoilers. So maybe by next week you can tell us. But since Jenny's pretty close to finishing up the story and going into the hunting like crazy segment post-game, probably about the right timing for you to, since there is crossplay, you can send Solly of your ID, your Capcom ID, Hunter ID thingy, to play with him if you want to, huh?
That would probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, remember to send me your ID so I can so I can add you if you want, of course. Yeah, absolutely. I'm still kind of suck at the game, so I'll warn you about that. But absolutely, yeah, I'll send you the IDs as soon as I can find where the ID is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest hurdle may be for Bourbon here to progress the story enough.
Well, if you don't mind one person that is like totally under-leveled playing with you, then at the very least, Jenny is probably at least a capable player in Monster Hunter. So
At least so.
yeah. I actually was able to finish Monster Hunter World before Wilds came out to get the extra items. Jenny helped me whiz through the story mode on that and start Iceborne. So he says, no worries, as long as I am the one who doesn't suck, I don't care for other skills, so no problem at all. Okay, well that's a relief.
Well, that will probably majorly be up to Bourbon then.
Yeah. I'm basically just running around swinging a huge ass hammer, so around the monster's head area, trying to knock it on its feet. So. And you've been mainly doing the great sword and the light bowgun, was it?
Yeah. And man, this sucks so much.
The survival mode?
Yeah. It's just pure crap. He keeps looking in the wrong direction.
Well, set camera angle, gameplay, and survival mode don't really hold hands very well, huh? Oh yeah, they announced the HD remake of Onimusha 2 also.
Yeah.
So you'll have to pick that up and play through that also before the new Onimusha comes out, huh?
Yeah.
The new Onimusha looks really good from what they've shown so far, huh? And you actually play Miyamoto Musashi, was it, in that?
Yeah. Seems like it.
So he says, oh wow, really? Nice. It's the only one I couldn't play. Oh yeah, they're doing a remaster of the
An
of the
HD
second,
remaster.
yeah, of the second Onimusha that has the legendary actor as the protagonist, well, playing the protagonist. Even back then, he already passed away. Even then, so it was a little bit controversial in Japan when it was announced. So it's like,
Yeah.
what, you're gonna have Matsuda Yusaku who has been deceased for about a decade, play the main character of a game? Really?
Yeah.
So he says, wasn't Jubei Yagyu the protagonist? Yeah, I think so. He had an eye patch in that, so probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested in going into that and playing that because this is before they had like the AI voiceovers that like Disney uses for deceased actors right now.
Yeah. I have no idea if they like gave him like the someone impersonating him do the voice or like that.
Yeah. So I'm kind of interested in that actually. Anywho's the new Onimusha, what they've shown so far of it, at the state of play they show like gameplay segments of the game, not just movie parts. It looks pretty fun. It definitely moves a lot smoother than this one.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It looks like they're trying to go moderate Souls-like
A little
direction.
bit, yeah. The action seems to carry a lot more weight than this.
Seems to, yeah. Well, not being fixed camera and continuing to try to attack the wrong enemy will definitely help, yeah.
Yeah. I actually don't mind fixed camera games, but but even with that, action games are a little bit challenging, huh? With fixed cameras.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I just... What the...
So he says, I didn't know there was gameplay already. Yeah, they showed a little bit of gameplay for for the new Onimusha. It looks pretty good.
Yeah. There should be the newer trailer like on YouTube.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it's exactly anyone this time, even though
it's Miyamoto Musashi.
No, I'm saying
the face capture.
Yeah, because this first one has Kaneshiro Takeshi. That one had that. Well, if I remember, the final one didn't have anyone in it, huh?
It didn't have any specific actor, I think.
Yeah. But
And then the third one had Jean Reno.
along with Kaneshiro Takeshi.
Yeah.
That was bullshit.
But
I was pushing the button to go into the door, and then I got hit twice. That was a bunch of crap. Why does it keep bringing? It continues to bring up the map, and then it makes me get hit for no reason.
But going back to Monster Hunter, I actually would like to play a little bit more, but I've been busy on the little time that I have to play games. I've been going through Yakuza, like a dragon, Yakuza pirate in Hawaii. That's a title, huh? Like a dragon, Yakuza pirate in Hawaii.
Yeah.
God, is it fun? Crazy as usual. Sawyer says, oh my god, the English voice is awful. Oh really? I haven't heard the English trailer for it. I saw the Japanese version of it. Well, maybe they're bringing back the old terrible English voice acting.
What the hell? Come on.
What happened right now?
The arrow is like so useless in this game.
Oh, the bow and arrow?
I'm redoing it. Not gonna like waste the rare items I have for just crap like this.
But going back, I guess I'll have to check the English trailer for the new Onimusha game. Sawyer says, why does the guy have such a strong accent? Oh, really? They gave the guy a really strong accent? I don't, they do that once in a while with characters that speak Osaka-ben, which is an Osaka accent in Japanese, or Kyoben, which is a Kyoto accent. Sometimes they give people like English or, like Scottish accents
Or
in the English voiceovers when they do that. But Miyamoto Musashi, of all people, shouldn't have an accent. I don't remember him. I'm pretty sure. Sawyer says here you have it, and Jason put up a link for it. Sawyer says this Musashi sounds like cum Texan redneck. Oh, well, that doesn't sound good. Some Texan redneck. Okay. That doesn't sound good, but maybe it would be so bad it could be entertaining. Crossing my fingers. Sawyer says no, it definitely doesn't sound good. Okay. So no salvaging, I guess.
it's like really pissing me off. The arrow in this sucks so much.
Sawyer says, well, if I want to laugh at voice acting, I would play RE1 or the Ganado's voices from RE4, not a brand new Onimusha. Yeah, fair. Yeah, OG RE1 is always good for laughs, huh? Has some of my favorite phrases in a game.
Rishi Tyrant now?
Oh,
Barry, you're so optimistic.
Yeah, has some of my favorite, bad one-liners. Executed horribly. like the voice dubbing for it was like an afterthought or something for English? Because they're like, hey, everyone's just gonna play it with Japanese voices and English text anyways.
No, the original one only had English. Even in Japan, it was only English.
No, I'm talking about Onimusha.
Oh. Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, Sawyer says, I would describe RE1 voice acting as that meme of task failed successfully. Exactly. It is a successful fail, huh? As long as it's entertaining. But yeah, I guess from the sounds of it, the voice acting in the new Onimusha doesn't sound very entertaining and just maybe annoying.
The hell? I wonder if I should go down.
Why would you not want to go down?
Well, there might not be anything down here. I already did that. I already did that and like wasted almost all of my heal items.
What did you get in exchange?
I got the key for the Bishamon sword.
Well, I assume that's useful.
Well, of course it's useful. It's just I don't need to like redo it. So.
Yeah. You also got an achievement for it, huh?
Yeah. This will go back a bit, but as someone who's played almost all the ones in the series, what do you think of the new one, Soliev? I've heard that some people are complaining it's like too easy or whatever, but I just think that they're always going to add way stronger ones later anyways, so.
And you'll be grinding anyways.
Yeah.
Till then. Yeah. Some of my other friends that play it too, I did see some of them complain that it's a little bit, they think it might be too easy, but then again, it is the fastest selling Capcom game ever made so far. So it seems like their strategy is working to try to make it a little bit more easy for newcomers. probably. Making the entry point a little bit more accessible, right?
Yeah.
So I said, well, to answer that, I'm going to need a large message. I hope you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I have no problem with that. You can go ahead and take your time. Yeah, I'll just... Some of my other friends that are playing it, yeah, I'll just talk about that a little bit while you're writing that in. Yeah, so some of my friends that are playing it, yeah, I've heard some of them complain about it being too easy. But one of the things that someone that I know of that is a Monster Hunter enjoyer, he was saying that it's actually really fun for him. Although it is easy, he was saying that his criticism would be that he feels like the game loop doesn't really work with the story mode that well. And that there being so much like cutscenes kind of takes away from the learning the ins and outs of the game loop and how that works traditionally, you know, like learning how to hunt more stronger enemies to grind for better weapons and armor and stuff as you get better at the game.
Mm-hmm.
That they kind of took that out so that, you know, people can probably have a chance to go through the entire story mode without having to grind too much, probably. But he feels that loop is a little bit absent right there, and that he was disappointed about that. But putting that to the side, as a adventure action game that has a lot of cool cutscenes and monsters to fight, that he's enjoyed it for what it is. And I think that's pretty fair. I also read that the developers at Capcom specifically designed the Secreto. What are they in English? Is it secrets? Anywho, the Capcom designers put those in because a lot of people quit playing because they had to walk around too much apparently, in the original one, so that's why they put them in. Or they lost track of where to go. Okay, well, Saliev's message is done. Saliev says, I think it's not easy, and I'll explain my theories of where those complaints come around. The first ones to complain were the game analysts, which I think they just completed the story mode, which might be the largest tutorial ever, even by Persona standards. For the players complaining, I just have the feeling that after 30 years playing these games, we are just too good for Capcom to make us suffer without using crappy maneuvers like the Curio monsters in Sunbreak. Continuing below, so there's a part 2 coming. Yeah, so far I think that is very, very fair and valid. And I haven't played that much of it, but at this point I agree with Sally was saying. That is fair too, like, you know, people have been playing the game for such a long time and like, seasoned veterans. I'm not sure if, like, Capcom can really throw something at seasoned veterans that are challenging enough from the very beginning. That wouldn't put people off that are not seasoned veterans, right? That would probably be a bad idea too, huh?
Yeah, I mean that's like the thing that happened with the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC, where people were like, it's not as hard as before, or From Software is becoming lazy, and
with
then,
Elden Ring, the main
and then they released the DLC, and people were like vending and saying like, this is fucking impossible. Are they insane? They expect me to do this? Do they think I'm like some kind of god with superhuman reflexes?
Yeah, I mean, even the Let Me Solo Her, that player, the legendary player, when the Shadow of the Erd Tree first came out, even he was like, I don't know, maybe I lost my touch or something. It's just, I can't really, like, I can't solo these enemies anymore. but it took him a while, but he can solo the last boss in that now too. And he's been doing that for other players too now. But yeah, when you make the balance, like, you know, you're too much to your seasoned veterans and the hardcore fan base of whatever game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think it makes it way, way, way too niche for new people to, for new blood to come in and enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is something that, Capcom wants to make Monster Hunter more accessible and more, fun for a wider group of people. So I generally don't have a problem with companies trying to improve on that aspect. You can always make a game as hard and challenging as you want to. Like a couple of weeks ago, I saw some guy beat the entire Monster Hunter World game just with the Hadouken emote that has damage in Worlds. So that's pretty crazy.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, and with Elden Ring, I saw a guy, a streamer, beat the game entirely with the hip drop.
Yeah.
And that's a really, really hard move to... It's pretty powerful, but it's a really hard move to time correctly with the enemy's attacks. Sawyer says, geez, my browser crashed when I was already done with the control. Damn, that sucks.
Well, no worries. You can rewrite it.
And also, if you're worried, you can go ahead and send it in small chunks too. I don't mind whizzing through multiple shorter comments also. So, man, I hate it when that happens with the browser, huh?
Yeah. Rifle.
But Salius as well, I was saying that for me, base world was easier than wilds. That the difficulty was only in the Elder Dragons. And in Iceborne, the only ones who I really struggled with were Safi, Jiva, and Fatalis. And that was just until I learned their attack patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're probably right on that, because, I told you that I whizzed through worlds.
Yeah.
Having Jenny help me with the main story in the game. And, I would probably say that you're probably right on that. The base story part in Worlds actually isn't that challenging, because I didn't need to level at all. Of course, I had Jenny help me, but still. And Sawyer says, I think we should give Capcom time to put in some tempered Teostra or something like that, which they will definitely include here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, I read that Capcom already announced that, I think at the beginning of April, they'll have the first major free update, and that they already said that they will be bringing in an extremely challenging monster.
They're like, you asked for it, we'll give it to you.
Yeah. So they've already warned people with that, apparently. So.
And people are going to start complaining that it's impossible.
Yeah, and sometimes some of the people are complaining that you don't really have to try hard to make the gear to get through the mainline game, but that's usually it's you grind for that stuff post game anyway. So
yeah.
So I had a blast beating all the Arch-Tempereds in the world by myself. Oh, did you?
Well, I spent a lot of time working on trying to get the crowns. I only was able to beat the Arch-Tempered Velkhana with a group of people. I didn't have a build that quite worked well with that one.
Okay. But yeah, so given that, I think Salia's opinion is on point right there. A veteran that has been playing the game and sunk so much time into it that can solo the arch-tempered monsters, that can solo those.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like that thinking that something is extremely challenging would probably be just insanely unreasonable for every other casual gamer.
Probably, yeah.
So yeah, I think Capcom made the right choice on the direction of the game design with that. And actually, I kind of enjoy games that at least games that are kind of service games, or games that you need to continue to work at. I do like it when the story mode is a good, very thorough tutorial, and making sure that you really, really understand all of the mechanics and what you can do with the game by the time you're finished with it. So when you get into the post game, you're prepared for all the different things they can throw at you.
Yeah.
And you know that they will add expansions to the game eventually. So I think they really want people to go through the story mode and have a higher percentage of people that actually finish the story mode. Because, the average game, only about 10% of people finish the story mode.
Yeah.
But for a game that, the post game is so much of the game, having only 10% of people completing the story is not something Capcom wants, probably.
They better not.
Yeah. Especially, because they want to sell the expansions too, so. Celia says, my only true complaint is that they have removed the Monster Hunter language option. Every NPC speaks it except for yourself and the main cast. Okay, so about the only complaint is more of a small issue then, huh? Yeah, I do think that some of the complaints I've been seeing, I've only played a very limited amount of the game so far, but I don't really think a lot of the complaining I've seen online, at least, is I wouldn't say isn't that fair, but I do think they kind of missed the point of what Capcom is trying to do with the game.
Yeah.
But then again, I feel like that a lot of times with especially recently with online discourse about criticism toward games, people are a little bit too complainative, and
Yeah.
So he says, yeah, there are a lot more picky things, like not having a gathering hub where everything is near and accessible, but I guess they'll do it in the expansion. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, with one of my friends that plays Monster Hunter a lot, their main complaint was actually that if they're going to make the game more accessible to a larger group of people, and he's fine with that, he was saying that he just wished that they made the multiplayer a lot more intuitive because it's challenging for new players to maneuver the multiplayer UI. That was his main complaint. I think that's pretty valid too. Sally says be right back.
Alright.
No problem, take your time. ということでね、今しばらくね、時々定期的に遊びに来てくださるね、我々の友のね、サリエブさんが遊びに来ておりまして、それで英語で割とずっと配信しているっていう感じですね。
そうでげすね。弾薬だけ。弾薬はバイオでいうバズーカなのか。
なのかね、ロケットランチャーみたいな。
まあ抜け目。おい。
このゲームの飛び道具は敵にとって有利なだけだよね。
おい。
当たってる？
嘘でしょ。アホだな。
どうやって狙うの？
あまりにもお粗末だ。なめ腐りすぎて頭痛がする。
斜め上に打てないの？
いや、全くそこに向こうともしなかったよ。
多分なんかオンラインの説明書とか見てさ、鬼武者1の弓矢の使い方みたいなの見た方がいいかもね。
多分オンラインで調べたら鬼武者弓矢クソすぎるが出てくるでしょ。
かもね。
無能すぎ。なんでやねん。 隠れキャラか。まさか今渡ろうとしたら死ぬパターンだったのか。
どうなのかね。
またこれかい。お、ダメだな。これがあれ間違えた。
そうだね。
こっちだったか。こうで、あれダメだ。どれが正しいね。
いや、ドアが開いても積んでるね。
これ
Salia says, geez, I hated these puzzles back in the day.
Yeah,
They are pretty annoying, huh?
yeah, it's very annoying, yeah. Oh, that's it. There and then there. Let's see.
Salia says, by the way, how was Majima of the Caribbean? Did you like it? Still haven't beaten it, but I am thoroughly enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
It's, well, at the very least, it's, your fantastical, Yakuza series, as usual, but it's nice, it's nice to have a good, it throws a pretty wide variety of stuff. There's the pirate battles on the open sea areas. Of course, you can wander around Hawaii and meet crazy locale and the people of Hawaii. There's crazy side stories as usual. The characters are fun. The story is not as, I wouldn't say as heavy as the other ones, but it has nice weight, but also is really playful overall. So I haven't had the chance of playing it, but for the trailer, it felt like a love letter for Majima fans. Absolutely, yeah. So if you're a Majima fan, you'll absolutely love the game. But even if you love Majima, you absolutely should go through 7 and 8 before you play this, huh?
Yeah.
And preferably the man who erased his name also. There's way too many spoilers at the beginning of the game for people who haven't played those games. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I would say 7, then the man who erased his name, then 8, and then, Pirate in Hawaii. Yakuza Pirate in Hawaii. So a lot to go through before you should probably play it. Huh.
Yeah.
The whole story revolves around a spoiler in the last game, so. Huh.
Yeah. Indeed.
Mm-hmm. But it's nice to be able to play Majima from beginning till end. I haven't beaten it yet, but it's nice to be able to do that because even in Zero, it's split between Majima and Kiryu, so. Sully says they are not short games. Yes, they are. 7, 8, and the man who erased his name, that gives you, I would say, about 130 hours worth of gameplay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Maybe more. Huh.
Yeah.
I would say 130 to maybe 200 hours worth of gameplay. You actually completed 7, and you put in more than 100 hours in just that game, huh?
Yeah.
You completed all the achievements in the game, huh?
Yeah.
Salia says, which one's the one that you can summon a chicken that lays an egg with your phone? Ah, that would be 7 and 8 for that matter, huh?
Yeah.
With both of those, you can summon a chicken with your phone. Well, you summon a kind of like an Uber helper, I guess.
Yeah.
Not exactly Uber Eats, but an Uber helper. You can call on them, have them deliver a fighter for you.
Yep.
If you go through one of the more lengthier side missions, you can actually unlock a laser satellite that's orbiting Earth.
Yeah.
And summon that to attack your enemies. It's like the orbital laser that comes out in Akira.
Yeah. Yeah. You can shoot a laser that explodes everything.
Yeah. Sawyer says Uber eggs, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even have like a crawfish as one of the people that fights with you. So. So it says, oh, nice. So you get to command and conquer ion cannon. Nice. Although I am not aware exactly what that is, I can generally have a good idea of how that works. That kind of like orbital laser weapon comes out in most sci-fi, huh?
Yeah.
The Hammer of Dawn and like in Gears of War, Akira. Many others. Huh.
Yeah.
Also, I would say the with the setting or story in Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, I think he's the only character that you could pull off having amnesia, and it doesn't seem weird. It strangely doesn't seem that off with him.
Yeah.
He is such a character that, like, but it's also funny because people in the game too are like, the hell? Are you serious? You're telling me you have amnesia? Like, no one believes him in the game, too. Which is kind of funny, too. They're kind of poking at themselves with the storytelling right there.
And poking at the cliche of that you have amnesia and you forget who you are.
Yeah, conveniently. But they actually achieve throwing in a legendary pirate treasure hunt within this story too, which on paper sounds incredibly cheesy, but it's strangely entertaining and convincing in the game. Huh?
Yeah.
So it says, I always hated the amnesia thing. Yeah. Conveniently, they remember everything at exactly the right point, too. Huh? But in this case, it strangely works well.
What the? She has 0 power like when I left it.
Do you have any heals?
Probably just a little bit. Wow, just 1.
They need to have some isekai story that you get hit by a truck and you appear in some isekai, but the shock of being hit by a truck, you get amnesia. And you're just like totally, yeah, I came from this world. I woke up here, I must be from this world. Sawyer says, it makes me sad that she never appeared again in the series. Oh really, this Kunoichi? That kind of sucks.
The woman ninja. No. That was DEI they should have kept.
Yeah, they should have.
I'm sure like QAnon and Deep State, that'll be a word everybody forgets existed.
Yeah. So it says, you have Jean Reno's wife with full M16 and grenade launchers in 3, but it's not the same.
That's pretty crazy.
That's wild. I gotta see that.
Yeah. Well, I hope they come around to doing that one too then.
Oh, an HD remaster of it? I'd love to see that. I'll wait a year or so, and if they don't announce it, I guess I'll put in the PS2 disc that I own of it and go through it to watch that.
Oh.
One thing I always admire about Capcom games from even going way back is I generally always really like their like monster and creature designs, even back in the 2D era.
Time to ignore the enemy.
Missing 3 of them, huh?
So annoying.
The deciphering the entire language thing.
Yeah, and since it's old, they never give you a decent explanation.
Well, they expect you to have a memo and a notepad and a pen in hand and write it down on your own.
Such lazy game design.
Pen and paper. But that's what they expected back in the day, though. So.
No way I'm wasting that here.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
You go out of your way to make sure that you can't like absorb the souls and heal on your own. And yet they don't give you any like extra healing items on the map.
But she can't absorb the orbs though.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna have to look for herbs somewhere, huh?
Yeah. The bizarre Capcom thing that grass will heal anything.
In many cases, it will just make you feel worse.
Yeah. How lazy?
What?
She just said that it seems like it's you need to do some kind of thing to open the box and proceeds to not do anything or try to solve it at all.
Oh. She's like, well, I'll leave that for Kaneshiro Takeshi when he comes along this area.
Damn it.
So it says, like the path is blocked. I can't go forward. In old survival horror games, when there was a road cone and a broom in the middle of the corridor, obviously cutting your path.
Yeah.
That's like something you absolutely can't pull off anymore, huh?
Yeah.
It was so common before. It was like, come on, just step over the fucking thing.
This shit is just too hard.
Try spinning it one more time. Yeah, and then let's see. Try spinning that once.
This one?
Yeah. Now see if you can spin it to the 1, 2.
This one?
Yeah. No, the other way around.
You can't do
Oh,
that.
it's only...
It's only...
Oh, it's only clockwise? You can't go counterclockwise?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That sucks.
It's a puzzle designed by an absolute idiot.
Try spinning that wheel one more time. And then if you go to the left and then spin that twice.
This one?
Oh wait, but then you still won't spin it once. And then... Nah, that's not gonna work either, huh? I'll try doing it one more time. That's 1, 2, but then when you spin it that way, it's
then
like that.
2 is on the bottom.
So it says, I remember it being used a lot in the old Silent Hill games, and it made me angry every damn time. Oh yeah, about the cones and pylons being in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually went through the Silent Hill game and it was like that, huh?
Yeah. I could walk over this cone, but that's too much work. I'll go all the way outside of the building, across the next building, open the garbage dump, find the key, run back up the other building, unlock the door in that building, and then walk across a thin piece of wood in between the two and get into the hidden room.
Yeah, something like that. And then like use a safety pin with a thread of hair to fish something out of the sewer or something.
Yeah. Damn it. If only the 2 and the 8 were opposite. Man, this one's the worst so far.
Another option would be to check a guide.
Yeah, I'm sure that would work. Yeah. I guess I could take my chances and see if I can get back to it.
Of course, it might be one of those ones that you can only get to with her.
Well, then I'm finished.
Was there a save point around here? If there is a save point, you could make a save point, and you could come back to this point next week after checking a guide. If you want to make sure you don't miss that treasure chest. That might be might be one that you can only get with her.
Seems like I need to do that though.
Oh really? Oh, so you absolutely need to go through that one.
The hell? The 5 needs to be over here. What the?
Well, take a look at which ones are furthest away from where they need to be in. Probably.
Well, 2's the furthest away.
8 is also pretty far off. Because 8 needs to be the last one. See what pattern happens if you try to get 8 in position. And ignore everything else. See if you can see some kind of pattern that is somewhat doable.
Well, if I do that, 8 and 4 are
Oh, well, now
there.
go to the
Wait a second.
left. Yeah. That
Doing
should
this twice should do it, huh?
should.
Oh!
All that for a arrow. Jen, you hate the arrows in this game?
Yeah, they're totally useless.
It's probably like that, like one of those arrows that you can get in like, Elden Ring that you can one-shot kill a boss with or something.
That you absolutely can't use because they like won't stop attacking you.
Oh. It's,
Oh.
You need to put it there. Okay,
Yeah.
then you absolutely need to get that, huh?
Yeah. That is the right one, right?
Should be. You got it from the box and you put it there, right?
Well, I need this one, right?
I wasn't looking at the names.
What?
You can put different arrows there?
Well, one of them is a dummy and one of them is the important one.
Oh, well, if you need to keep the important one, then it should be the Hama arrow. Just a normal metal arrow is probably...
Yeah, it's... This one's the one I need, so I need to put this,
the normal metal one. Yeah. Oh, you have a comment from Mibo Rainy Mibo.
Oh.
Mibori-san, as we like to call. And Mibori-san always leaves a cryptic message, all written in with emoji, that we decipher and try to figure out what it means and use it as a prompt to create some kind of visual graphics with some...
Kooky.
Yeah, with some generative AI. So I'll tell you what the comment is. Mibori-san has a comment that is cat with 2 angel wings nested. A globe. A devil. And it says kapow.
Kapow.
Huh. I wonder if this is like the cat apocalypse or something. It's like the second coming or something. You have the Antichrist and like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse kind of thing.
I wonder.
The end of times kind of thing happening, but with cats. Oh, Meebo gave us a thumbs up, so I assume that's probably what it means. Okay, so let's see. A cat apocalypse with angel cats descending from the heavens, fighting off demons in the end of times. What do you think? Pretty crazy.
Sounds possible, yeah.
Okay, well I'll try putting that in as a prompt and see what kind of a visual effect is created. It sounds like it could be entertaining.
The hell?
So I prompted that in the generative AI to create an image. It's some of the most friggin' epic shit I've seen. You have cat angel warriors, archangels descending from the heavens in full armor and like swords and stuff. And
The hell?
demons, hell demons.
So what is it like Constantine like stuff going on?
It's almost like cosmic horror. You can see like hell demons at the bottom of the image, and then like earth in the background, and like these angel cat warriors.
Angel cat warriors.
Awesome. Celio says Catstantine.
Constantine.
It's pretty awesome. You should get a laugh out of it after the stream's over. I can show it to you. I can send it to you too. You can put it at the end of the stream when you put it up on YouTube if you want to.
So
Catstantine.
So there's no Keanu there.
No Keanu, unfortunately. And thanks, Mibori-san, for the entertaining comment. We actually came up with a pretty good image based off of that. I have a feeling that, like, these kind of biblical ones come out rather well. Before there was one where it's like cats dining with Satan or something in hell. That came out like really well too. It was like the cover of an 80s metal band album.
The hell? camera angle sucks on this. You can't see where she is like 90% of the time, and she can hit you from like almost anywhere.
Yeah, for people that think Monster Hunter Wilds is too hard, they should add like a set camera mode in Monster Hunter.
That would be total hell.
That would make the game about 3,000 times harder.
The hell?
Okay, if you want to fight her, you cannot go to that side of the screen, huh?
Yeah.
You kind of need to stay around the center and this side of the room.
Yeah.
Salia says, try the Naginata magic attack.
The Naginata magic attack.
Yeah, you might want to
This one?
Should be. Ah, that works well.
Seems like that's what I needed to do.
Yeah. Thanks, Salia, for the advice.
Should be able to do it at least one more time. What the?
Salia says, no worries. I discovered it since that is my favorite weapon. Ah, it is pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, too bad you weren't around last week when before she turned into the bee demon thing. He watched like a thorn come out of her vagina and was just in total awe, and then she turned into that bee demon.
She was like, he was like, oh my god.
Oh my god, a thorn is like coming out of her vagina. It's just like this woman with the kid, and then suddenly she like sits down and spreads her legs, and she's like, "What?" And then she like turns into that bee demon. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, he was like, my god, this is like that weird hentai porn that I see on the internet once in a while.
It's like tentacle porn.
Tentacles and like insects with tentacles or something like that.
I still really don't get why some people like that so much.
I don't know. Some people really like that.
I always just thought that was like
Creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe people that are lean more heavily into like the horror fetish kind of stuff. Maybe.
I guess. If I find a save, this would probably be a good point to stop.
Probably.
This is probably getting into the climax area.
I would assume.
Oh, and it's right here.
Okay.
Going back to the talk about Monster Hunter, I probably should try streaming it at least once or so after I clear it, huh?
After you clear the game, yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
So there's no like story spoilers.
Yeah. And also by then, most of the
No,
people
yeah.
probably would have been into the story mode too.
Yeah.
So you probably wouldn't spoil it for anyone.
Ruin it for people.
Yeah. After you're finished with this game, probably
Yeah.
timing-wise, that would probably be about good.
If I'm lucky, maybe next week I will.
Next
Surprisingly, this week I got through a big chunk of
Yeah, you
it.
actually made some pretty good progress with the game this week.
Yeah.
Saya says, well, you can always put spoiler in the stream title. Yeah, we probably should do that just in case, because some people are slow at it, so.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
No. I'll just fight the frog and the ones that come out in the beginning trying to get the crowns.
Well, actually, if you grind for the crowns, you could just say no spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You'll only see frogs.
Only frogs and worms.
Saya says 2 hours of doshakuba.
Yeah.
I like the doshakubas though.
Yeah. No. You just like kill herds and herds of them.
You're trying to extinct them or something.
Doshaguma extinctings. And frog bashing.
Frog bashing.
Oh, I guess this is a good point.
Demonstrating
Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll make it through the rest of the game.
Maybe.
But I guess this is a good point to stop. So thank you, Salia, for coming by, and thank you, Mibori-san, for the epic Constantine Catstantine thing. And we'll see if I can make it through, and if I do, once I do finish it, I will like try doing Monster Hunter. So, and once I'm upgraded enough, and Bourbon here has made enough progress, we can do a joint hunt.
Joint hunt.
Yeah, not on stream though. Yeah.
You want to be careful with the on-stream since
Yeah.
you have a pretty funky setup here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saya says, have a nice week, you two. Take care.
Thank you. You too. Be careful. The weather is like wacky right now. So.
I'm not sure how it is in Spain right now, but yeah, in Japan it is. So that will be the end of the stream. I'll be closing it in Japanese then. Again, thanks Salia, thanks Mibori-san for dropping by. Hope you have a great week. ということでね、今週はここまでということで、だいぶね、ストーリーを進められたので、まあ来週もしかしたら終わりに、到達できるのか、果たして。ということでね、毎週、水曜、まあ0時から0時半、そこら辺でね、配信をしておりますので、Twitch でね、よかったらいつでも遊びに来てください。過去の配信の分は YouTube に載せておりますので、アーカイブとしてね、YouTube で検索バーをクリックして zGennyy で検索しますと一発でジェニーが出てきますので、いいね、読者登録通知をオンにしてくださると我々喜びます。ということでね、また会うその日まで、ぜひ良い1週間をお過ごしください。それでは、またのご視聴。See you!